again, cozies. Firstly, I want to apologise for the delay in videos. I had some major tech issues and my lovely laptop broke. But I'm back now. I'll be bringing you 2 videos this month, including a new series called The Garden Chapters. But let's rewind to May, where we are still in spring, and I'm slowly preparing for my trip to Finland to see my fiancé Callie. Flying has always been something I'm terrified of. I love staying grounded, so flying to another country is always a big deal for me. Right now though, I'm soaking up the gorgeous spring air and enjoying our glorious garden. I was sent a gorgeous DIY miniature recently, a little corner coffee house. And I have to say, it was such a joy to create. There's something about mini cafes that just makes me smile. Why is everything better in miniature? You'll see later in the video that I've started creating my own miniatures from scratch. Even if I dive fully into creating little homes, I will always want to make these DIY sets. I completely lose myself in them. Nothing else matters in that moment but putting together this beautiful little coffee house. I've always loved going to coffee houses, especially the ones that are tucked away, filled with books, cozy corners, and untold stories. Making a miniature version of that magic feels truly special. I decided to take this house outside for the fairies. They are often so exhausted from their travels, so I figured they could use a coffee break, maybe even more than I could. My mother gifted me a beautiful cake turntable for my birthday, which originally belonged to her mother, my grandmother. Since my birthday falls in May, I decided to bake a celebratory strawberry cake for us before my trip to Finland. I've never made a strawberry cake before. My friend Momo, yes, I know you're watching, told me her favourite cake was strawberry, and I couldn't believe I'd never had one. So being the proud British cake lover that I am, I thought it was my duty to make a strawberry cake and enjoy a strawberry-themed afternoon tea in May. It was honestly one of the most delicious cakes I've ever had, and the strawberry icing was the best icing I've ever tasted. My favourite ice cream and milkshake flavours are strawberry, so this cake was heavenly. I will definitely be making it again, and I will share the recipe in my description below. Remember when I said I would start making my very own miniatures? Well, in May, I decided to create a tea time table for the fairies too. My father, Papa Cozy, since he's a woodworker, furniture maker, and restorer, helped me cut out the table and benches for the fairies. He's so handy to have around and gets super excited when I ask for help with projects like this. This one was a little more exciting than his usual maintenance duties. We like to call him maintenance in our home too. I have so many miniature treasures and trinkets that I keep for these kinds of projects. This summer, I plan to create a real fairy home. But for now, I wanted to start small and get into miniature making, away from DIY sets. Papa Cozy cut all the beautiful pieces of wood, and I used a miniature glue gun, which only cost £5 from Hobbycraft, to assemble everything. The fun part was decorating. I used paper flowers. You can make them yourself or buy affordable ones from places like The Range. I also found a miniature tea set on Etsy, complete with a tiny teapot. Once the table was ready, I found a quiet spot in the garden. Fairies are shy after all. And then I added some glitter to make them feel right at home. I hope they enjoy their tea break. Now it's time for me to prepare my travel bags for Finland. I wrote down all the worries I had about traveling and ways I could tackle them. As a diabetic, it's important to always pack my blood sugar monitor to keep my symptoms in check. I tend to get dizzy spells and nauseous quite a lot because of my medication. So I always carry a snack bar with nuts, way better than a chocolate bar I find. I also pack my sunflower lanyard to let people know I need extra time and patience. Rescue Remedy helps calm me down especially when I add a drop to water and sip it as my anxiety builds. I have hypersensitivity to all of my senses, so I find that smelling something I like can help calm me down when I am overwhelmed. My main worries were panicking, low blood sugar and exhaustion. But with everything already packed, including my walking stick, then my tablet with downloaded shows and games, I felt ready. But honestly, once I got to the airport, panic really did set in. Traveling alone with a disability is incredibly difficult. It can feel very isolating and lonely. When I landed in Finland, I felt a sense of relief. But getting through border control was another struggle. With a new passport, I was questioned for over 10 minutes. I am mixed race, and so I don't look English, even if I am white passing. I find when I have these experiences, I think of what my parents and my immigrant grandparents would have had to endure. But despite everything, I arrived safely and had the chance to enjoy a lovely afternoon tea with Callie. This gorgeous Moomin teapot was a birthday gift from our best friend Sebi. I found time to journal in my Finnish family garden, and it really was lovely just to relax and not to worry about travelling for a couple of weeks. We were gifted a PR stay in our favourite villa. We went there especially for my birthday, and Callie got some gorgeous birthday flowers. It's surrounded by woodlands and lakes, and it's one of the most magical places I have ever stayed. I do wish we had stayed longer, but as it was a special trip for my birthday, I got to wake up to this breathtaking view each morning. Finland is one of the most beautiful places I've visited, and I dream of coming back here someday to settle here with Callie. We took many drone shots for the owner, and honestly, we didn't need to do much. My favourite time of day there was evening, watching the sun shine through the trees. Callie even made me a special birthday dinner, and I felt so loved. The last day was my actual birthday, and Callie spoiled me rotten with the most wonderful treats. We ended the day with a birthday picnic and truly relaxed together. Coming home was one of the hardest transitions I've had to experience. Earlier this year, I started therapy again to work through some traumas from a past abusive relationship. Sadly, I've carried much of that trauma into my relationship with Callie, unintentionally of course. But Callie has been so patient and kind to me. We've been working through things, and this time, I felt like I could truly enjoy everything with him, which then made transitioning back to life in the Cotswolds so much harder. I tried to stay busy back at home in the Cotswolds. We even visited a local Moomin exhibition, but I still felt heartbroken and lost without Callie by my side. Also, there's nothing like experiencing Moomins in Finland. Through all of this, my teapots have kept me going. I found some beautiful summery teapots and added them to my collection, including a seasonal cottage set with a teapot for each of the 4 seasons. When we create my new assisted living space, we plan to build a cupboard just for my teapots, made from dark wood to showcase my collection in a beautiful way. I will bring you along with me on this journey. We should have dates soon to begin the conversion. For now though, I'm enjoying tea from my summer cottage teapot in our Cotswold garden. Summer has always been one of the hardest seasons for me, and I've been reflecting on why that is. I'm trying to reframe this time of year and see it in a positive light. For me, summer feels like there's this constant pressure to thrive, to be outdoors, to be active, and it becomes especially hard when I can't do those things anymore. That pressure can make summer feel more difficult than it should. I've realised I need to dig deeper into why summer feels so hard for me. I used to avoid it, but I'm realising I can embrace it differently. When I was a kid, each summer holiday, I would find myself caught in a circle of self-reflection, wondering what my purpose was. The long open days seemed to stretch on forever, making everything feel endless. But now, when I think about seasonal living, I realise summer is all about growth, just like nature. Flowers are in full bloom, fruits and vegetables ripen, and the warmth of summer helps everything grow. If I can apply that mindset to my own life, summer can be about my personal growth too. It's time to focus on my goals, pushing myself that little bit more before we move into the cozy season and all the changes it brings. That's why this summer I'll be sharing another video where I read to you from my own garden. I want to embrace this season by creating, growing and pushing my goals forward. I hope by sharing this journey I can inspire others to do the same, to grow their goals, enjoy the journey and embrace the season for what it is. Thank you so much for watching Cozies. Please comment, share and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in a couple of weeks with my new series, The Garden Chapters.